Hey, good morning, everybody. I should say good day, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome in. Oh, we're starting the day off good this morning. That's right. Already pumped up. Was listening to some country music. We're good to go. We're going to start some exploring this morning. We've already got our course set of what systems we wish to visit, what planets. We're still going to try to do some of the rags to riches roadway. So let's just go ahead and get right to it. We're going to jump in. We've already got fueled up. I've got a repair module in place in case the sun gets a little too strong for me and I'm too stupid to get out from, getting a nice sunburn. Just like when I was a kid. So let's find out how things are going. Let's see. I believe our voice attack is ready. Let me just verify it real quick. The thing would come up. All right, it's ready and we're ready. Launch. Our first sector is we are going to call 285 Sector KOG. Why is it now telling me I have to replot? Okay. Okay. All right, we're now set to go. Boost some to get away from the station. We're going to shift power to the engines. And we are ready. Engage warp. But seriously, welcome in, everybody. I hope everybody's having a great year so far this year. I know it's still kind of early to tell, but after the disaster that 2020 turned out to be, I'm hoping this year turns out to be a lot better for everybody. We'll have to make a note of this one. Jumping to the second system toward our destination. Check to make sure everything's working okay. Mm. Mm. Dilly, thank you for the host, my brother, my good friend. Thank you so much. Welcome in, sir. Hope you're doing well this morning. Jumping to our next system. Looks like that practice I did with fuel scooping really paid off. right? Get a little speed up, do a little bit more, get a little bit more fuel here. Watching to see, make sure we're not taking too much heat. And this will be our final jump. Yes, this is our final jump. Oh, 40 planetary bodies. All right, let's check and see what the system looks like. Wow. Well, let's see. We were just after one planet, but we're here. I say we just go ahead and grab them all. No, 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 no. We do not want to go back to the sun. No. Nope, 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 nope. Accent on my part. We do not want to go back to the sun. Unless we got to fuel up for jumping out. All right. That was a bad error. Bad error. All right. Got 6 probes, so we're going to go ahead and hit the usual directions, north, south, east, west, with one in the center. We'll be lobbing one to the back side of the planet. We're going to wait to see real quick, though, to see what the percentage is before we lob that one back there. Just to see, because I had one last night I was able to do without having to lob one toward the backside. And there we go. That was the wrong button. Oh, we still hit efficiency bonus though, but gotta remember to take my fingers off the control. Because if not, I'll be wasting probes doing that. All right. Second planet's marked. I really like the exploration part. I know I haven't gotten into the main meat of it, but I'm enjoying this. It's different. It's a lot different. It's a lot different than anything I've done in any other game. Okay, we've discovered planet 2. Now I'll deactivate Super Cruise and I'll take control over. Coming in just enough to scan. There we go. I get those little guys in place. Make sure to take my finger off the control. Don't want to waste the other probe. That one should land somewhere in our unscanned area, and that will finish off our final 3% we need. Ooh, almost overshot it. Got to be a little bit more careful about that. All right, we are now going to the third planet. Constant geological signals. May have to kind of come back with an SRV just to see them. But I'll have to outfit a ship with that because I don't have any of my ships outfitted for planetary exploration yet. Or just looking over my notes of the course I had plotted out for today. Seeing all the various worlds I wanted to go to. That looks like one of those rubber super balls I used to have as a kid. Kind of peach looking with some reddish marks in it. It's just like that. I actually still have it in the other room. My grandmother saved all that stuff. She thought it would be valuable one day. She still has all my Star Trek figures, my $6 Million Man, my marbles. She still got all that. Every now and then I have to go in there and pull the stuff out just to look at it, just for everything that she kept. Ooh, I almost missed that one. I almost missed that one. That one was a bad lob. All right. The storms we had yesterday morning while I was streaming, they did a number out the front yard. It's a good thing that when the cable company came and actually fixed my internet speeds, that they reran wires and they buried it, because unfortunately one of the cables that or one of the tree limbs that fell in the yard yesterday was directly over the old cable, because we used to have a long run from the pole to our house, and they took it and they buried it. But I've still got limbs I have to go pick up this morning that are bad, and our little town normally does a spring and fall cleanup where you could take your limbs outside from all the storms and they pick them up for free. And they've decided that after the storms we had this winter so far and yesterday's, that it's time. Okay, we can launch 7. That one should hopefully land somewhere close to dead center. Should. Bingo. All right. Let's see. This next one has a moon to it, so we're going to grab it and the moon. Let it do a lot of the guidance toward the planet for us. This just seems like the exploration teams that Star Trek sends out to explore the worlds before they make first contact. You know, study the people, study the planet, get all the good information that they can. Going down a bit too soon. I don't really want to go that fast because then I will slam into it. Here we go. Almost dead center. Check out its moon. Oh, Figure if we're going to probe the planets, we might as well probe them all. That includes their satellites. Planet we originally came for. Planet 6. Figure grabbing the other planets, make us a little bit of extra money, get us some more experience. Let's see, because currently our Explorer rank is Pathfinder at 16%. And yesterday we did break the trade rank of Broker, barely, with 1%. Ran a few more missions last night. Went to go refuel in the Type 6 and had a little incident with a neutron star. It wasn't very pretty. Didn't have a repair module on board and had to do manual landing with a controller that I wasn't prepared for, so I had to figure out the controls real quick. The landing was uneventful. Here we go. Planet 6. High metal content world. Come in slowly and gently. Right. Riven? Riven, thank you for the 150 biddies, sir, and thank you for scaring the daylights out of me. Man, it's been so quiet in here, and then all of a sudden that happened. Good morning, Riven. How you doing today? Hope you're doing well, sir. So worth it. Yeah, you have definitely made sure my heart is beating this morning. Man, I was not expecting that. I wasn't. Well, welcome in. Welcome in. The 150 biddies are greatly appreciated, and thank you. Yeah, you woke me up. You woke me up big time. The unexpected ones are the best. I'm just thankful I hadn't taken a sip when you did it. Because believe me, that water would have been flying all over the place. Probably the glass, too. Oh, we got a big old planet here. All right, let's go check out our big boy. Man, my heart is still racing. I want to let you know that I've got one dog somehow in the middle of the night, and I don't know what it is. While sleeping, she hits this low, mournful howl. And she always does it in the middle of the night, somewhere between 1 and 3 o'clock. And it's one of those sounds that it just startles you awake because your blood turns cold because you don't know what's going on. And the first time she did it, she startled me so bad, I went running in there to make sure she wasn't hurt. And she was sound asleep. She just lifted her head up and looked at me like, what? And I laid down after she put her head back down and she closed her eyes, and I could not go back to sleep after that. That sound just scared the out of me. And she's done that several times since then. And my wife upstairs, she don't hear a word. She doesn't hear any of it. My wife has slept through earthquakes. She slept through thunderstorms. She slept through our emergency siren one morning when there was a tornado. I have no idea how she could sleep through the things she does, especially the earthquake. Me, I woke up because the bed was moving and I thought one of the dogs was jumping up on the bed. Nope. Class 3 gas giant. But yes, the unexpected scares are always the best. They're always the best. That's when you get the best reaction. That's when you get people throwing things and jumping and spitting water, spitting food. I've had Jimmy say things before to catch me off guard when I had a mouthful of food and had to spit it out to keep from choking on it. All right. 22 probes. This is a big planet. So let's see how we can do this. Let's watch for the first impact to see how big it is first. All right. First impact was a little close to where I didn't want it to go. It's a little too close to the center. We'll lob that one out just a little bit further and check to see. That one's definitely a lot better. Ooh. Yeah, I shouldn't have launched that in between one. Hmm. Now, that plan didn't work like I thought it would. Much ground as possible. This will be probe 12 and we've only gotten 45% mapped. Let's go a little bit further past the horizon. Now comes the fun part. Now we gotta try to hit dead center. All right. So we got 6 left. One thing I did accomplish yesterday was the fact that I drew out my plans of how I'm going to build my studio upstairs. It looks good. Wife hates it. So that means it's perfect. I got 3 left if I want the efficiency bonus. Hope that's not too far. That was a pretty good impact point. Maybe, just maybe this one here will do it too. Hopefully, crossing fingers. Gotta cross those fingers. Hey, Redman, how are you doing this morning, sir? 1%. Oh, so close. So close. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Redman OG to the stream. Great guy, great friend of mine, great streamer. If you don't know who he is, please click that link, go over, give him a follow. Leave his notification bell on, and make sure you tell him Astro sent you over. How are you doing this morning, sir? Hope you're doing well. We are just doing some exploring this morning, and apparently I missed the efficiency bonus. But that's okay. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Don't ask me why I said thank you. I really don't know. You're welcome, my friend. All right, we are going to moon number 1. So there it is. Planet 7's moon Alpha. Doing well. Ball of nerves. Wife decided to drive herself to work this morning. Uh-oh. You got to look at it like this, Redmond. It's similar to when we become injured and they kind of baby us. It's she wants her independence. She wants to go back to being able to do things on her own. A way to try it is to let her try it. Hopefully she'll call you when she gets there, let you know she arrived okay. but I'm sure she'll be careful. I'm sure she will. Yeah, we're just going to do a fast flyby here. You got to remember, they do that to us all the time. I mean, I remember my wife, my niece, she was ready to take off work to stay with me. It's like, no, no. Okay, well, planet, uh, the moon is orbiting the planet, so it's shifting positions on me. So we'll just do the best we can. Yeah, I think my wife, though, even though she wanted to take off work to help take care of me, she really wanted to go because she was calling me a few choice names. And I was a big grouch because the fact she was waiting on me hand and foot, and I didn't like that. It's like, I'm sorry. The only time I really let her help me do anything was getting in and out of the shower. That was the only time because I had problems getting my leg up over the tub. And eventually I figured out how I could do it without her, and that picked her off even more. I remember she got mad because she wanted me to go upstairs after knee surgery, go upstairs to go get in bed. And I slept on the couch downstairs where I could keep my leg up against the back of the couch so I could protect it. And at the time, we only had one dog, and he just laid there by me and laid in the chair watching me the whole time. Every time I got up to do something, he'd follow me. He'd make sure I was okay. In fact, he was outside with me the day I slipped on the ice after starting her car. And he immediately ran over there to check on me, make sure I was all right. Yeah, it is. You know, I think it's tougher on us because the fact we want to protect them, and we do. My wife one morning, about 5 o'clock in the morning, she fell down the stairs. She broke her wrist. Um, I vaulted over the bed, came running downstairs, and she was laying with her head in one room, her legs up the stairs, trying to get up, but she couldn't do it. And I'm having to somehow climb over her carefully so I could pick her up. And she was mad because I was bumping her legs with my foot to make her move just a little bit so I could do it. Oh, two probes. Hell, I just launched a third one. I didn't need to launch that last one, but I just did. I just want her to be safe, not have to push through anything uncomfortable. Exactly. See, I was the same way with my wife with her wrists. And I took her to the hospital, had to come back home because I had to get the dogs out because they were all startled awake and they all had to go outside at that point. And I went back to go pick her up, and they scheduled her for her surgery. They did all the x-rays and everything. And we went in for the surgery, and she decided after she got home, she wanted a hot fudge malt and a hamburger from Dairy Queen. So I went and go get them for her. And she fell asleep in the middle of eating them. And when she woke up 2 hours later, she wanted to know where her malt and her hamburger was. I told her, well, you ate half of it. You held it in your hand while you fell asleep, and the dogs got a hold to it. And, well, at that point, there wasn't much left. She goes, what about the malt? It's like, I didn't realize she fell asleep. She knocked the malt. They knocked the malt over on the floor, and they licked it clean, too. They had chocolate, and they shouldn't have. I paid for that one later myself. Because that was a big mess I had to clean up. Yeah. So after she woke back up and I told her what happened to her meal, she wanted another one. So I went and got her another one. And this time I picked her up 2 burgers in case she fell asleep again and the dogs got a hold to it. And she sat there and she ate the first one. And she went back to sleep. And she woke back up again a couple hours later, wanting to know where her burger was. She swore be damned she didn't eat the first one, even though I had the empty wrapper. So I went in the kitchen and got her the second one, and she ate it too. And the whole time she's eating them, the dogs are waiting for her to fall back to sleep so that they could grab it and run with it again. Now, by this time, it's now 10 o'clock at night. Dairy Queen's been closed for over an hour, and she goes, I want another hot fudge malt. Dairy Queen's closed. I can't go get you one. She's like, I want one. Okay, I can't go get you one. She goes, go to McDonald's, get me a chocolate shake. It's like, okay. And then I reminded her that the closest McDonald's was 60 miles away. She's like, I don't care. Fine. I said, are you going to be okay? Because I'll be gone about, almost 2 hours. She's like, excuse me. It's like, oh, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Yeah, I got 15 miles away, turn around and come back. She was sound asleep in her chair again. I felt so bad when she woke up. She wanted to know where her hot fudge malt was. I told her that, Dairy Queen was closed again, but I went and got her one from McDonald's, and I told her she drank it. I lied. Had to lie. I wasn't going to leave her. I couldn't. That's the reason why I got 15 miles away, turn around and come back. However, a Wendy's at a truck stop was open. I did get something to eat finally. And I ate a Frosty. Thought about bringing her one, but she hates them. She does not like the Wendy's Frosty, so. But, oh, she was mad. And then when she started feeling better and started moving around, she wanted to cook in the kitchen, and she's trying to use her wrists. It's like, you can't be doing that. Well, I want to. You can't be doing that. I'll be back. Got to get the kids off to school. All right, Redman. Yes, sir. Yeah, my wife calls me an old grouch when I'm sick, and she's the exact same way when she is. I've now been married to her for going on 19 years. Love that woman with all my heart, but there are sometimes, God, there are sometimes makes me wonder why, why her of all people. Yeah, so I was drawing up the plans for the room last night. She came up in there. She came walking in there. She wanted to know why I was drawing it all out. And I told her. Told her she agreed to it. And then I started making a few little notations on the walls. Then she got mad because I was writing on the walls. I'm going to paint them. Then why are you writing on the walls? So I know where I want to put the chroma green on the paint on the wall. So she got mad about that. I love that woman though, but sometimes she's just so stubborn. It doesn't help that I am too. All right. I think after this moon, we're going to skip the moons and just go for the main planets. I know it helped to catch it all, get a little bit more money, get a little bit more exploration experience, but speed things up a bit. I can always come back later and get the moons. Hey, morning, Lisa. Just wanted to say morning before I go to sleep. 7 a.m. Haven't slept. Later, Jimmy's. All right, Lisa. Thank you for stopping in. Go get you some good rest, and I will talk to you later on this afternoon. As we just fly by the planet. We just did our little slingshot. One in front and one to the back. Ooh, missed it. Missed it. Small world, and I missed it. 2 probes, and I just launched the 3rd one. All right, we're going to skip the moons. Ah, Saturn-like world. It's ringed. We are going to try to do this one where we could get the rings at their thinnest point so that they don't interfere with us. That was a great tip that was given to me by somebody who came in. And that was a great tip. We're going to have to fly around the planet a little bit to where we can get where we want. Bingo. "22 probes. Trying to watch distance covered here so I don't start overlapping too badly. Don't mind some of the outer part touching, but I don't want too much of the middle. judge here. Should have moved that one a little bit more to the right. Yeah, because it left too big of a gap over here. I'm going to go for a pole shot. Hit that one. And that one was more dead on. Got to be careful about the number of probes we use. We've now we've got to try to get the center mass of the world. Got the front side pretty much covered. We've got the horizon edges covered, and that is not where I wanted to drop that one. Waiting to see impact. Two probes left for 10%. Got to be careful. Got to be so careful. Trying to get the efficiency bonus on this one. That was a perfect hit. That was perfect. It's barely touching on one side. didn't think I was going to get that one. I didn't think we were going to hit it. Wow. All right, we're going to skip the rest of the planets. We're going to continue onward. Our next system we're going to go to is going to be HIP 9005. We're going to go for the targeted worlds that we were starting to go for. $25 light year jump. Let's go get some fuel first. Hey, good morning, Imfried. How are you doing this morning? Welcome in, sir. Welcome in. And thank you for coming in before you went to go lay down to get yourself some rest. Hope you had a good and uneventful night last night. We're just doing some exploring this morning. And see what kind of mayhem and all we could get. Trying to gather some fuel before we go up to our next system, though. We don't want to drain our tanks too far now. Doing all right. Been lurking for the last hour. It's snowing and the roads are slick. Be careful out there. Be careful. We're supposed to be having some snow tomorrow, but they keep putting it in and taking it out of the forecast, so nobody really knows what's going to happen. Oh, you're already home? That's good. That's good. I don't mind driving in the snow, but I hate the ice. I always hate the ice. When it's icing, I always try to stay home. Now, being from southern Louisiana, whenever we had ice storms coming in, they shut everything down. The bridges would always close first. State workers and schools would close. Then businesses would start sending their people home because it was too dangerous to be out on the roads. Usually they'd start with the people that lived the furthest out and then started working their way back from there. Hey, good morning, RG. How are you doing this morning? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome in a good friend of mine and one of my best friends, Mr. Reclining Gamer. If you don't know who he is, please click that link, go over, give him a follow, leave his notification bell on, and make sure you tell him Astro sent you over. How you doing this morning, RG? Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. I made sure to wait till I got home to say hi so that when I told you it's snowing, the roads are slick, I would get the third degree. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, really, any kind of distraction, even for a second, on any kind of slick or icy roads, and, you know, it doesn't take much to have something happen. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Hey, Silver Architect, another one of my great friends. Welcome in, sir. Welcome in. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who Silver Architect is, please go click that link, go over and give him a follow. Once again, another great guy. Also plays Elite Dangerous. Please go check him out. Make sure you tell him Astro sent you over. Trying to get some fast fueling here. I'll make it to where I don't burn up. We don't want to burn up. Burning up's a bad thing. You didn't want to deal with Grandpa Leo talk? Man, that is not good. That is not right, but dude. That is not right. Really? Grandpa Leo. Oh, I don't have it tagged anymore. Checking that out since we're still at the sun here. Yeah, I'll Grandpa Leo you. Yep. Yep, gotta do something about all these little sunny boys. That's all it is to it. Yep. Mm-hmm. Making fun of the old men. Making fun of the old men. That's okay, Imfried. That's okay. And ladies and gentlemen, Imfried 2010 is also another great friend of the stream. Please click that link over, give him a follow, leave his notification bell on. Great guy. He's funny. And we're going to have to do something about that attitude, though. We're going to have to work on that. We're going to have to work on that. You know how these young whippersnappers are. Yeah, they're always causing trouble. At least he didn't say old man. He might as well have. He called me grandpa. I mean, how much closer does he have to get to call somebody an old man? Grandpa, that says it all right there. Oh, I've called him grandpa time before. Yeah, he's called me grandpa. He's called me old. He's called me... Yeah, he's called me all those good names, just like all of you have. And do they bother me? Nah. It's kind of like the little girl who followed me in a Walmart one day because she thought I was Santa Claus. Had to keep taking her back to her mom. It was actually kind of cute. That's when my beard was halfway down my chest. It was solid white. Of course, it's still solid white. But, yeah. This little girl was bound determined she was going to keep following me through the store. Okay, we are looking for planet. That one. That is our target. That is our target world according to my route. Yeah, that's kind of like the little ladies who are I shouldn't say little old ladies, but the elderly ladies who pinched my butt and patted my butt. Kind of flattering. Kind of. What can I say? You're in the middle of Walmart, they do that. You're trying to keep from, kind of eking out or making a noise when they do it. And it's my wife's still determined that whenever I go to Walmart to go grocery shopping, she's got to go with me now because of that. She's even started feeling that way about our little local grocery store. It's like, come on now, it's not that bad. So how you doing, RG? Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. And you can't really say anything about old man. You really can't. Okay. I'm only 7 years older than you, and I'm 13 years older than Jimmy. We're all still roughly about the same age. What we talked about the other day may have been a bit too soon. Oh, God. That's not... Okay. Okay. I got you. I know what you're saying. As I was told a long time ago by somebody, when your body decides it needs rest, it's going to take it. Whether you want it to or not, it's going to take it. But yeah, you be careful, RG. I have a question for you and RG. What was it like to roam with the dinosaurs? RG, I want to let you know that his wife has already threatened to sell him out to me. She has. All I have to do is ask her for their address, and she's going to give it to me for one of my special gifts. And I've already got it selected for him, just for him. Oh, yeah. And the thing is, it's on the VOD. It's on one of the VODs. She told me all I had to do was ask for it, and she'd freely give it. I don't have to search anything. Well, DC has one of those too now. Yes, he does. Oh, I'm quite sure I can find her. I'm quite sure. And who says I have to find her on Discord? I can just whisper her across Twitch. Her name is easy to find. It's just the same as yours, just with a miss in front of it. Uh-huh. No, it's not. She changed it. Yeah, okay, sure. Sure. I'll find that out a little bit later. I'll find out. This is our destination planet. All right, we get 7 probes for. We'll do our usual directional probing. That'll catch the majority of the front. All we got to do is hit that little back window. That one may be a little too far. May have overshot to the southern side of it. Yep, a little bit of an overshot. But we got it. Okay, that's the world we wanted here. Let's check our fuel real quick. We're good on fuel. Let's see, our next course plot was for call 285 sector CCK B23-0. We're going for the money-making worlds. Engage warp. I forgot I had him online. I'll look her up. I'll look her up. You can guarantee I will. And I will be in touch with her for it. I will be. We're going to have such fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to have a lot of fun. Okay, we're looking for planet A3. Bingo. That's our world we want. But before we do that, let's take care of the business of fuel. Oh, yes. See, I sent Bodhi a very special gift for my selections also. I see his wife threatened him with it. That was an interesting conversation. Because I was talking to him across Discord, I heard her in the background telling him what she was going to do with it. To answer your question, no, I don't sleep on my stomach. Probe to the west, probe to the south. Okay, that don't sound right. Launching one to the west. Yeah, that one was to the east. But oh yeah. Okay, that's the world we wanted. Let's see, our next system. HIP 90657. A little bit further out. Engage warp. It's okay, Imfried. It's okay. She won't need you to flip over. Hey, Blazing Butterfly. Good morning. How are you doing today? Welcome in. We are just doing a little bit of exploring this morning. Got a small section of the Rags to Riches pathway, and we are just doing a little hit and missing. Gotta make notations here real quick. There we go. We are now in HIP 90657. Doing okay? How about you? I am doing great this morning. Thank you for asking. Oh, let's see. We need B2. We're going to go ahead and refuel before we take off and do our mission here. Ooh, 10,000 light cycles. Light seconds. Light seconds. Why do I keep saying light cycles? Well, welcome in. Hope you're having a good day today. Just working on getting a little bit of money for the exploration and getting some more exploration points. Because your memory is slipping. Bite me, Imfried. Bite me. Might be old. I'm not that old. Yeah. I'll still put you over my knee. Well, maybe not because you probably enjoy it. But what can I say? What can I say? They just like calling me old and grandpa and Santa Claus and all that other stuff. But and yeah, RG went to go shape the beard Sunday morning, and Penny, one of my dogs, decided to jump up and help me, and I took a big chunk out of the side that I couldn't hide, and I had to cut it short again. And it's a lot shorter than what I wanted. A lot shorter. I can't afford the gas to get to Kansas. It's okay. It's okay. You can start walking. Yep. You have to catch me first. I go to the woods. Hey, that's it. Go ahead, go to the woods, get yourself a little switch, and come on back to me. Better get one the right size, because if you don't, I'll go get one myself. You don't want me to get one myself. I'll come back with some kind of mesquite branch. We're surveying in Louisiana one time, man. We had to go through a thicket of mesquite trees. Oh, I hated that job. I absolutely hated that job. You don't want me to go get one? I'll be a smart ass to grab the biggest one I can carry. Then I'll just go get one myself for you. Yeah, I used to go outside. I used to come back with the thinnest one. Learned real quick that was the wrong thing to do, because my mother could take those things and she could whip them around. Oh, yeah. She could put some serious power into that thing as little as she was. I swear she had a lot of practice somehow. Start slowing down to get a little bit closer here. That last one should hit dead center. Hopefully. I said that before. It really, really was off, but that one should hit close to it. Yeah, close. Close. All right, we've got Planet 2 here. Now we're going to go see number 3. Yeah, my mom used to correct me all the time. I was not exactly the best child. But that's her fault. She raised me to speak my mind, and I spoke my mind. I spoke my mind a lot of times to the wrong people. Oh, yeah, I paid for it. I paid for it. That's a shocker. Really, Imfried? Really? I still have to stick to the story that I was a sweet and innocent adult when I started growing up and getting older. And then Red and Grizzled Eagle twisted me into the man I am today. And soon I'm going to be adding RG into that as well. Yeah. That will be my story, and I'm going to be sticking to it all the time. Yep. Lana, how are you doing today? Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome aboard. We're just having some fun this morning. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Yeah, we're just playing around this morning. We're having some fun doing some exploration on the roads to riches. Roads to riches, rags to riches, rags to riches. Because we need the money, we need the exploration experience. All right, so that was Planet B3. That's the ones we came here for. Let's see, the next system on our course is going to be HIP 91476. See how we're looking on fuel? We're looking good. So we're just going to go ahead and go right to it. Engage warp. Okay. And I'm going to have to change that setting. Okay. Engage warp. I'm going to have to change that setting. I could have made that jump with no problem. But that's okay. And Imfree, to answer your question, yes, I'm old. I know I'm old. I've accepted I'm old. All right. Haha, I know I'm old every morning when I start to move. Yeah, RG, that's how I know I'm old. Engage warp. Yeah, but RG, though, unfortunately, some days are worse than others. You know, I have been going this entire time without game sounds on, and nobody said anything. Imfried? Really? God. I've been live over an hour and a half and have not had game sounds on this entire time. Speaking of old, you still feeling 198 today? Oh, somebody from Arc Stream. Somebody from Arc Stream. Gotta be. No, actually, today I don't feel 198. Thankfully, I don't. Today, I'm actually feeling good. I'm feeling spry. I'm kind of in a, as bad as it sounds, I'm kind of in an ornery mood. Nope. Okay. Looking for planet 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm just in a playful mood today, looking for some shenanigans to have fun. That's it. That's it. Well, I'm screwed. Then there's days that I feel like a 60-year-old, and you're lucky. I was in a car wreck one time where I actually felt like I was close to 500. I mean, nothing wanted to work. I had joints that didn't want to bend. They were so sore, muscles that refused to give. I was having muscle cramps and spasms. And yeah. I didn't even notice I was having too much fun rousing you. Yeah, I could tell. I could tell. Apparently, nobody else cared because nobody else said anything either until I looked down and saw the big red X on my desktop audio. No, because let's see. I've been called, let's see, 198, Grandpa, Daddy, Santa. I helped Noah build the ark. I was on the ark. I'm older than dirt. Let's see. I walked around with the dinosaurs. I think I've, I think I've pretty much covered. Oh, I was around when Moses parted the Red Sea. There are, yeah, I think we got everything covered. I think we do. And that's not including the parts of Art telling me that, you know, I'm his baby daddy. See, that's one thing though. It's all good, clean fun. That's all it is. I laugh because it's a big joke, so I know nobody means anything by it. Some people get so heavily offended when you start mentioning age or something like that. It's like, what's the point? What's the point? People are too serious anymore nowadays. Gotta relax. Gotta have some fun. Gotta laugh. Life's too short. Life is too short. We got enough stress in our life as it is. So we gotta have fun. Hey, lead dog. Good morning, sir. Welcome in. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome in another great friend of the stream, Mr. Lead Dog. If you don't know who he is, click that link, go over, give him a follow, leave his notification bell alone. Make sure you tell him Astro sent you over. How you doing this morning, Lead? Hope you're doing well, sir. Let's see. Hip 914767. Right, we got that world done. One day I gotta find a pin in this house that actually writes. You doing good? Good. Glad to hear it, sir. Glad to hear it. All right. The next system on our plotted course is going to be 2. Yep. 90559. 90559. Thought I've already been there. Guess I'll find out in a moment. The number sounds familiar, but we'll see. We'll see. Engage warp. Just trying to get a lot of money so we can get bigger ships and get the experience. That's what we're aiming for this morning. Got to try to hit them. Let's see, we're about 2 weeks in. We've only got about 43 million, but it's okay. We're having fun playing it. And that's the whole purpose. All right. Planet 5. We need 5 and we need 6. Well, we're just gallivanting across the cosmos. Welcome in, everybody. Hope everybody's doing great today. Hope everybody had a good weekend and everything's going well for y'all so far. This month has been amazing for me. Amazing. Now, since I started streaming, I've met a lot of good friends all over the world. And it has been so perfect. I can send you the snow we're getting. No, I'm supposed to be getting some tomorrow. Thank you, though. You can keep your snow. Soon I'll have my own. That's something we haven't had very much of this year, but we've had more this year than we have the past couple years combined. Me personally, I don't care for it, but my dogs love to go out and play in it, and if they're happy, I'm happy. Besides, they go out and play in it, try to eat it, roll around in it. I don't have to go outside and play with them in it. But our predictions have always been wrong. There was one time they predicted 6 to 10 inches. They took it down to 1 to 3. They went back to 4 to 6. Then they jumped it to 6 to 12, and we didn't get any. We should have taken that as a sign. Why don't you tell him how you know about the feeling 198? Imfried, man, you keep it up. Just keep it up, Bubba. Keep it up. Keep it up. I'm going to make it worse on you. I promise I will. I will. 2 a.m. this morning, we didn't have any. Now we have about 4 inches. The last time we had a real big snow that lasted on the ground for a while was 2009, 2010. Both years, Christmas Eve blizzards. One year we got 20 inches in 8 hours. The other year we had 26 in 10. The snow was coming down so hard I couldn't see off the edge of my porch. My wife works 15 minutes from home, It took her almost 2 hours to get home. When she started pulling up, she called me when she was starting to approach the house. I had to go outside and mark where the ditch was so that she didn't drive into it because it was completely covered. Everything was level. You keep that stuff west of KC? Oh, no, lead dog. Oh, no. It's got to come your way, too. It's got to come your way, too. I got to share it with you, man. You live so close to me. I got to share it with you. Come on, brother. We got to share the love. We got to share the snow. I'll give it to you. I don't mind. I don't mind. Michigan blizzard 2010, I believe it was. We got a lot of snow. That was the last time we ever actually got a lot of snow. Since then, we're lucky if we get much of any at all. Most time it'll snow, and a couple hours later, it's gone. Wintertime, our backyard is just a big mud puddle because it snows, it collects there, and it melts within a couple hours or the very next day. It doesn't stick. I've taken the dogs out in the middle of the night to go play in it because it was melting so fast. We aren't getting anything or have any in the forecast. We don't even have rain forecast right now, except for what's supposed to hit tomorrow. Our temperatures have been jumping just like they were last year. Spend a couple days in the 30s, a couple days in the 40s, and then jumps up to 60 or crosses over 60, and then the day after we're back in the 30s for highs. People here are coughing and sneezing so bad from just having colds and the flu that the medical center's loaded up with people because people are all convinced they've got COVID, and all they've got are colds and the flu. Michigan's getting hammered right now. There is something about where I live, the little small town in Kansas, where it seems like the snow line starts coming down from the north, and as soon as it gets to 35, it breaks up. It never crosses it. We've needed rain so badly that we've had rain coming in from the west, big, thick bands of rain that as soon as it gets to a certain point, we're going to fly by it. Yep. That the rain breaks up, it goes past us, and it reforms to the east of us. Or we don't even get the rain. Some people says it has to do with the lakes nearby. Other people says it's because of the nuclear power plant. Nobody really knows. But man, there are sometimes we have storms that we get some straight line winds through that because of the lakes, they do some significant damage around here. About 7 years ago, we had it wasn't even a thunderstorm, it was just a windstorm. The little town of Neustron, pretty much every building in town took damage. That's how strong it was. And some businesses here in town where I live, they got some too. It was nasty. It was really nasty. I remember storms like that from living in Louisiana, but I had never seen anything like that here. I wasn't prepared for it. My first spring here was the first time I ever experienced baseball size hail. Yeah, I was pretty much unprepared for that one because I had never seen it. I'd heard about it, but had never seen it. Now that I've seen it, I never want to see it again. Mm-mm. No, I'll probably overshoot center and go back to the lower section of the backside of the planet again. Yep. Hey, Miss Imfried. So, Blazing Butterfly is Miss Imfried. Is that correct? Now you got it. Took you long enough. Miss Imfried, I'm going to get with you later because I need your address, please. Because your husband needs a reminder of what all I can do to people. But it's okay. It'll be nice. You'll get a good laugh out of it. Trust me, you will. Yes, yes, you did. You told me she changed her name. Okay, we're traveling 43 light years. Let's see. We do need fuel. Trying to decide if I should just go ahead and get it here or get it there. We'll just get it there. Engage warp. K class star. So yes, we will get fuel there. And yes, yes, you did. Yes, you did. I was wondering who it was based on the comment about the 198-year-old remark. But all right, we're watching our heat just a little bit because it's kind of creeping up there. I might pick on you, but I wouldn't lie to you. Oh, I know you wouldn't, Imfree. I know you wouldn't. It's okay. Engage warp. Yeah, I was wondering. I really was. All right. All right, we got 12 bodies here. We are looking for planet. That planet. Not bad. It's almost right in front of us. We'll go ahead and get some fuel while we're here. We're right here at the sun. That's right. That's right. You didn't lie. You were completely honest. She did change her name. I thought you were trying to throw me off to protect yourself. Can you blame me for thinking that way? I mean, it's me now. I mean, come on. The practical joker, the one who always says the unexpected, does the unexpected. Oh yes, and my wife forbid me several years ago to play practical jokes on her. I booby trapped the kitchen to where every time she opened a drawer or cabinet or did something in a few rooms of the house, that noisemakers would always go off, and she was jumping and she'd rip them out and come in the living room and throw them at me. Yeah. Yes. No, I understand, but like I said, I ain't scared of what you have to send. I like anything else. Well, you never really know. Excuse me. You never know. No, I wouldn't do anything that bad. I wouldn't do anything that bad. I would never purposely send something that would harm you in any way. Now, if you had an allergy I didn't know about, it would be an accident. It wouldn't be intentional. Kind of like Red, I'm cautious about what I send to him because of something I know about him. So I have to be careful about certain smells. But I'm always cautious about that for that one reason. Never want to cause harm to anybody. Not for a joke. Not for a joke. It's not worth it. Uh-uh. That's just yeah, that's just not my way. I don't do anything like that. And it laughs when you get a box. You know it's from me. You open it on stream if I tell you to. If I tell you you can't, I mean you really can't. That's one of the reasons why every time I send something to Jimmy, I tell him he cannot open it on stream. If I believe it's a gray area that could get him in trouble, I tell him not to. because I don't want to. I mean, it wouldn't matter if it was you, RG, Bodie, Lead Dog, anybody. It's one of those things where, you built your community up, and I don't want to see Twitch come down on you for a joke of me sending you something and you open it on stream when it really shouldn't have been, because it's a violation. I'm not allergic to anything but ibuprofen and aspirin, miss seafood, and our kids are lavender and lilac. Yeah, exactly. We're just doing it for fun. That's all it is. That's all it is. And if I send you something that you can't open on stream, I do warn you. Now, if you don't heed the warning and you open it on stream, that will pretty much be on you. But I did tell you not to. I mean, it's all for a joke. Like the hair and beard dyeing bits. It's all for a joke. We don't want to do anything to cause any actual damage to you. Nothing that'll harm you in any way. It's that's not a joke anymore if you do something like that. At that point, it's like it becomes personal. We had 5 probes impact. The 6th one has got to be center close to, but we only need 4%, so that's not too bad. It can be off-centered some. If it completely misses, it's going to be a bad thing. There we go. This is 87437 Planet 7. Okay. Done with this world. Now we're coming to World 8. I decided to change things up a bit and change my name on here. Well, that's understandable. That's understandable. I mean, when my name change occurred, it was a joke. It started out as a joke. And the more I started thinking about it, the more I started liking it and then embracing it, because everybody was picking on me because of the sheep thing, courtesy of Jimmy, Mr. Red Dirt. So I decided just to embrace it and go along with it. So I changed the name to Astroglide, and we tied it all together with the sheep and the logo and little sheep on the screen. And started calling the community the Delta Fleece and tied it all together. It when I first changed name, I really wasn't going to keep it. I really wasn't. But then I started thinking about it, started liking it, started liking the way that everything fell together, everything pieced together. And yeah, I never went back. So Leosian 67 is, for all purposes, dead, except for the fact that I still have all the scenes and logos for it. But I'll never bring him back, other than the fact that most of the games have me tagged as the Ocean because that's been my gamer tag for so long. Okay, so we finished the planets we were searching for on this world, and we're going to grab one more system before the day is over. We're going to be jumping to system HIP 86868. What does that sound like? The dead man's hand in poker, aces and eights. All right. So we got plenty of fuel, so we don't need to worry about fuel here. Starting to spin up our drives to get ready to go. And engage warp. We've got 3 planets here. Planet 5, 6, and 7. Five. And do not ask me why every time I jump into the system, I turn my belly of my ship toward the sun. For some reason, I keep thinking space shuttle heat tiles. I don't know why, but yes, that's what I think of. It's just a crazy thought, and I don't know why, but that's the first thing I always think of is the heat tiles on the bottom of the ship, and I automatically put it up with the space shuttle. So for some reason, every time I land in a system, that's the reason why I roll over like that. You know, I was a kid in elementary school when they were building the space shuttle, and they were doing the test flights. Because the first one, they wanted school kids to name it, and so everybody chose Enterprise. And that was the only one that never actually went into space because it was used for the atmospheric landing test. They would take it up on the back of the 747, detach it, and have the test pilots guide it in for the landing. So it didn't have the full equipment of the space shuttle on board. Most of it was weight. The fuel tanks were actually filled with water. It was we remember all that. Or I remember all that. I remember the first space shuttle launch. Fortunately, I also remember the accidents because I was watching the day in, The space shuttle exploded on launch, and I was working in Texas as a armored car guard, and we saw the flags flying at half staff and couldn't figure out why. So the guy I was with, my partner, he went to one of the restaurants that we had to pick up, and he asked him, and we found out the shuttle had disintegrated upon reentry. It was like, oh man. Because we had seen something break apart and fly across the sky, flaming, and we just thought, part of a meteorite. That's all we thought. So we were in the truck with no radio, so we didn't know. Okay, Planet 5. Mark that one off our list. Now we're going to Planet 6. Yeah, a little bit careful here as we so close to it. Don't want to get our speed up too far or we will fly past it. Same with the next one. Ah, crud, I'm late. Hey, Real Zevius, how are you doing today? Doing all right? A-rated Jaconda this morning? Sounds good, sir. Congratulations. We are just doing some exploration this morning. Going for the experience and the money. 1%. I missed it by 1%. ISP doing maintenance though, so my interwebs keep going down. Yeah, our company likes doing ours in the middle of the night. They like doing ours around midnight. Unfortunately, sometimes they do it to 6 in the morning. So if I'm ever supposed to be here at 5 o'clock in the morning and I'm not, please check Twitter because I will try to get a message out to you, because if my ISP is doing it, a lot of times it's supposed to stop at 6. Sometimes it does go to 8. It was scheduled maintenance 1 to 7 a.m. It's 5:30 now. I mean, I know they try to always do it to where they inconvenience as few people as possible, but sometimes, especially now with a lot of people working at home, that window isn't always convenient. But there is no real window that they could use, or somebody's not going to be inconvenienced somewhere. But then it inconveniences the rest of us, unfortunately. Yes. But you can't really please everybody, and they try to do the best they can. They try. Did I just not select the world? I did not select it. Now I've selected it. Yeah, there is no 100% dead time, because somebody is going to be doing something somewhere, whether streaming a movie, trying to do work from home. You know, kids looking up stuff for projects. Somebody's always going to be inconvenienced somewhere. They just try to do it with the minimum amount of disruption as possible. Unfortunately, I wish my cable company felt that way about repairing lines for people who had issues, such as 18 days in December. Me having multiple repair techs out here. 3 maintenance crews until they found the problem. Yeah. Multiple phone calls daily, including one to New York, our home office. Sucked. Went out about 12:30, came back 10 minutes or so later, was up and good for a bit. So I started to stream off at the condo, and it died again at 2:30. Yeah, mine's done that. They did the maintenance. It was supposed to have been over, and then amazingly, it went down again. We had an issue several years ago where they replaced a bunch of equipment at the receiving station here in town, and they forgot to put in a 60 some odd cent filter that every time the emergency alert system would kick on, it knocked our modem offline, and it obscured the TV so bad that the channels would bleed through and you couldn't see or hear what was going on. And with the nuclear power plant, 15 miles outside town, and the fact that our sirens do fail at times, we needed to know that. And after calling for 6 months about the issues, finally getting a hold of somebody in New York after calling the FCC and Department of Homeland Security about it, we finally got something done. I had an issue like that where we had people coming back and forth swapping hardware and stuff. Turns out after many visits, it was the house wiring. Ours was actually a problem at the header. For the 18 days, our little local installation tech who lives here knew what the problem was, but he was forbidden to touch it. The header itself for the line I'm on was bad. It was letting the weather in. And he knew that my house and several other people on the same line as me were having the same problem. And he'd report it, and maintenance would come out here and they'd work on something completely different. They'd never fix it. So I'd get a message from Mediacom saying, your internet's fixed. And it's like, really? That's news to me. And I'd send them a copy of a screenshot of my speed test where my upload speed was 2.7 megabits per second. And it's like, I'm supposed to be getting 50. I can't do what I needed to do. And it was constant back and forth. Maintenance was only maintaining their wages. That was my opinion. They were coming out here, they were doing something completely different than what it was, because they were working on lines in the other direction from our header. They never checked it. So they ended up getting a subcontracting crew to come out here. They went down there, they found the problem, came and reported it to me that they would be back tomorrow to fix it because, one, it was late in the day and they didn't have the part. So they came back the next morning, they fixed it, and then later on that afternoon, my cable company came by and said, we're here to rewire your house. And I was just looking at them. It's like, oh, Nobody told you we were supposed to be coming to rewire your house. It's like, no, we had no warning. So they came in, rewired it. Everything has worked perfectly since. I'm happy. Not often I could say that with my cable company. I'm happy. Sounds like a union job. I'm not going to say anything about that because I was union for a while. But the company, my cable company, is a second rate company. They go to markets in rural communities that nobody else wants because it's not profitable for the other companies. So they do it. They come in with second rate used equipment from the big names and install it here. This is what we have to work with. Every union's different. I've encountered some bad ones though. Yeah, I've I have too. I have too. And I know one that ended up costing about 1,000 people their jobs. Let's see. We're just going to go ahead and see. Oh, we're going to go ahead and come up over this system and we are going to grab its planets. There are 3 here that we want. It's kind of like bosses, you know. You got some good bosses here who know how to take care of their employees and talk to them. You got other bosses who aren't aren't people persons, don't know how to talk to them, don't know how to treat the people. Engage warp. Actually, we'll go ahead and do it because we can jump to here and jump away to refuel somewhere else. Yeah. I'm a trade, so there's a lot of assets. Yeah, yeah, there are. There really are. I worked as a land surveyor for a number of years in both residential, commercial, and industrial settings. And I can tell you that I've heard how some of these people talk to their employees. And I would not be talked to like that by anybody. I wouldn't. I'd walk off the job in a heartbeat. You got lots of shouters, and sometimes you got too many chiefs and not enough Indians. Engage warp. That sounds good for breakfast. Lots of jobs I've been on, too many chiefs. Yeah. One of the engineering firms I worked with did a railroad hump yard in Louisiana. Now, the main guy who was usually there, we staked out how all this was supposed to be. And we realized there was something extremely wrong with the plans. So all the stakes we put out for grade, we pulled up and we just threw on the ground. And we told the guys, don't do anything. The stakes have been removed. They're laying face down, so you can't read them. Do not do anything because there was something wrong with the plants. Well, we got drug out and ended up having to go to a different town for a job for about a week. And when we came back, they sent the first crew, a different crew, back out there who took the stakes and put them back in the ground. They put the wrong ones up. So by the time we got there, they had already built the hump yard. They had laid grade and had laid track. And we're looking at this stuff, and this stuff was not, none of it was measuring up right. Because we had a new copy of the plans, and the guy, our party chief, he pulled out the old set and realized exactly what the other crew did. He read the wrong plans. He pulled out the stakes, put them back, and they built it wrong. So the hump yard, instead of the train cars doing a slow, gradual drop, would go across, hit a dip, and would stop in that dip because the track then went back up. The grade was off. It was really wrong. They had to dig all of it out, pull up the rails. There was a big stink about that. Big stink. They forbid that guy from ever going back out there to that hump yard again. It cost Union Pacific thousands for that. Cost them thousands. And it was a nightmare for us because the fact that we pulled up the stakes, we laid them down where they wouldn't do anything, and then this guy went, pulled up those same exact stakes, saw the writing on them, and just put them up. I had a boss tell me I wasn't a valuable employee and she didn't feel I was doing my job to her standards. I wasn't trained and never had orientation after 6 months. Damn. Damn. I've had a boss tell me that, I wasn't working up to their standards, even though I did everything they ever asked for, and she always complimented my work. But the bigwigs came in, didn't like how something was done, and then all of a sudden it wasn't to her standards. You're a welder fabricator? I got some good friends who are welders. I got some good friends who are welders. And they say that if they get treated badly on a job, they just walk off because they can get another job easy. They say they just don't care. They say they won't burn bridges, but they won't stand for it. They won't. It's just that some bosses think they're God and they just don't know how to talk to people. I've come across that. I've come across that quite a bit. I had one boss, I was doing his job. And I got tired of doing it because he was always complaining to me about I wasn't proficient enough in my own job. Now, how am I supposed to do my job when I'm doing his? And I decided to scream over. We had bigwigs coming in. And I did. I messed up everything. Everything that was his job, I messed up. And I did it on purpose. And his bosses came in there and they ripped him a new one for everything I had done because I had done it wrong for about a week. They said everything was exemplary up to one point, and then what? And they put, what the hell happened? I was standing outside the office and I heard it all, and I was laughing. And the assistant manager, he was looking at me because I was third key, and he goes, "What did you do?" And I told him, and he busted out laughing. He goes, "That's the reason why I wasn't doing his job, because I did the same thing to him." They don't know how to talk to us filthy peasants. Yeah. Oh, yeah. How could I do my job? I was doing his all day, every day. You know, he didn't want to pay overtime for me to actually get my job done. So I wasn't taking it home to doing it. I wasn't doing it after hours for free. I wasn't salary. So why would I? He um he wanted me to order a bunch of stuff one time for something, and I wouldn't do it. And he got mad because I wouldn't do it. It's like, you want to order something that's outdated and something that will not sell and sit in inventory for years because you want to get this part before they stop making it. He's like, yeah. And I pulled up the sales records for the previous 5 years for this thing, and it's like, we have sold 15 of them, and you want to order 100. It's like, yeah. I told him, okay. I told him I ordered it. I didn't. He kept asking, well, where's the parts at? I don't know. I ordered them. And he wanted to see the order report, and I would give him a what we had was called a test copy. For everything that we entered in, we could print up a test copy just so we could go back through and verify. And that's what I gave him. But when it came time to do the actual order, I removed those parts. I was a jerk. And I ended up saving the company thousands because we never we never sold them. They never would have sold them. They'd have still had them. I had one guy who got hired one time who his thing was the first thing he said when I met him and introduced myself and we shook hands was he goes, "Hi, I'm whoever. I'm here to replace you." And I just looked at him going, "Excuse me?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm taking over your job." And I asked him, "Well, what am I supposed to do?" He's like, "Oh, they're getting rid of you." Okay. So I started training him. And he didn't write notes down. He didn't write a single note down. And when I realized he wasn't writing notes down, I started training him wrong. And I was giving him the wrong price points to sell to customers. He ended up taking some kind of order one day and ended up costing the dealership about $2,500 because he gave the wrong discount to people. And he tried to blame me. And our boss was like, "Well, where's the notes he gave you? You wrote it down, didn't you?" He's like, "Well, no." It's like, then that's clearly on you because you have no proof he did anything wrong. So they ended up firing him. And he just glared at me. And when he was walking out the door, the only thing I could say to him was, next time you start your next job, don't tell somebody you're there to replace them. Because that's not a good thing. Yeah, I could be a vindictive person. About 2 weeks after he left, the assistant manager and I were sitting in a bar, and we were talking after work like we always did occasionally. And I finally asked him, "Do you remember whoever?" He's like, "Yeah." It's like, "Was he there to replace me?" He's like, "No." And I told him, really? He said I was. And he just looked at me. He started laughing. He goes, what did you do? It's like, I trained him wrong. He's like, I thought you did, but I could I couldn't ask you that because at the time I really didn't want to know the answer. It's like, yeah, I trained him wrong. I did him all of it. I like to scare the new kids when training them on the stud welder. I never lied to them or told them any problem. I just made it. Oh man. I love doing that to the people though who wouldn't listen. The people who wouldn't listen, those were ones I always like scaring the hell out of on just about anything I did. Because those things legitimate could kill you. 800 amps is no joke. Yeah. Oh yeah, there is no joke. No joke at all with electricity or anything like that. Absolutely none. Everything is for their safety. All right, we're going to catch two more planets here in this system. And 79 Hercules. We told another new kid he needed to shake the spray cans until they stopped rattling. He was shaking for 10. Like sending the rookies from the Navy down to the machinist mates and asking them for a boiler punch. Yeah. For auto mechanics, it was the muffler bearings, the windshield magnets. We had one shop that apparently this new kid was really just annoying the mechanics, so they told him to come ask us for muffler bearings, and we're just looking at him going, for what kind of vehicle? Well, I don't know. Aren't they all the same? No, man, you got to go back and find out what kind of vehicle it is. They're like, can't you call them? It's like, no, that's not my job. You're supposed to know that when you come in here. So he left. He drove 20 minutes back to the shop. You know, he got the make and model of a car. He came back. Before he got back, they had already called me on the phone and said, keep him busy for a while. Like, all right. So he came in. He wanted his muffler bearings. So I told him that the engine he had for that car was wrong. I needed to know what it was. I also needed to know the diameter of the exhaust pipe on the car because it could be aftermarket. So I sent him back again, and we did this about 5 or 6 times. Eventually, he got tired and he went to the shop and quit because somebody was giving him the runaround, and he couldn't determine if it was them or me. Another good one was tell him to make sure that the free spinning hook on the cranes were tight. You know, it's just the little innocent hazing things. Okay, some of ours in the military weren't exactly so innocent, but free spinning hook stopped shaking a can till the rattle stopped. Man, oh man. I had an auto shop teacher that would try to get his student with the blinker fluid. One of my buddies did that to his son, the blinker fluid. We pulled up outside an AutoZone. He told his kid to go inside and go get blinker fluid. And the kid went inside. He was in there for 10 minutes. He came out and said, Dad, they said there's no such thing as blinker fluid. He goes, Whoa, Go in there and go tell him you want blinker fluid. Tell him quit pulling your leg. And I guess eventually the kid got the idea of somebody inside warned him that, you know, we were just playing a joke on him because he came out. He was mad. He was furious at his dad. He was furious at him. Yeah, I know. It's you can't help but laugh. And the people just go do it. You know, we sent somebody for the boiler punch, a small little guy, and we're looking at each other in CIC going, you know, the machinist mates are going to kill him, right? They're like, yeah. Like, okay. You know he's going to blame y'all, right? Yeah. He's going to come back here and blame me too, and I'm not going to be happy about it. They're like, yeah. It's like, all right, I can live with that. Yeah. But the key thing is it's all in fun. It's all in fun. The best part was he had an old oil bottle full of water labeled mask. Need to grind materials to engineer your condo now. I haven't even started that. I have not even started. I haven't gone to visit my engineer yet. I probably should. I may do that later this afternoon. Let's see. I got 2 of them now, I believe. I've only got the kinetic weapon guy, frags, multis, rails, cannons, linear disarmor, felicity. I have Felicity and Todd McQuinn. So I will probably go venture and meet up with them later on this afternoon sometime. Todd is the kinetic weapons guy. Okay. Need to visit him to engineer up some more multi cannons. Yeah, I'll probably go see Felicity for the frame shift. Okay. You could check Inara for all the mats. You link your account, even tell you. Cool. Thank you. Let me mark that down. Oh. Inara.cz. Thank you. Thank you, Real. All right, so let's see exactly how far we are away from one of our homes. (158.8 light years). Eight jumps. We'll do that a little bit later. We're just going to move a little bit from the planet. Top right on the site should be something linked to your account. It will auto update your stuff every 24 hours. I do it manually. Just one click update. Okay, great. Thank you for that information. Okay. We are unfortunately out of time this morning. We're just going to log out in space. I wish to thank everybody for coming in this morning. Thank you for the laugh, chat. The laughs, a lot of laughs. I hope y'all had fun. I will be back at 5 a.m. Central Time tomorrow. And let me see if I can find somebody we can go share the love to this morning. Ah, there we go. There we go. Found the perfect lady. The perfect lady. Let me get all this set up. We're going to go see Miss Psychic. She is also playing Elite Dangerous. But I wish to thank everybody for coming in this morning. Try to get in before the back half hour this time. Hey, thank you very much for coming. I do greatly appreciate it. And I appreciate all of you for stopping by. For some reason, the raid commands are in error again. Okay, here we go. But thank you all for coming in. I'll be back at 5 a.m. Central Time tomorrow. And until then, y'all take care, be safe, and have yourselves a good day. Thank you.